Hi guys, so welcome to this video where we will be discussing on how you can apply for residence permit in Finland if you have already got a job in hand from an employer in Finland. So let's go through it quickly.
So first you need to go into the EnterFinland site. This is the home page, and from here you can select the type of visa you're applying for. Since we're applying for work visa and it's the first time, you have to select the first permit option. So out of these, obviously it will be work, and in here there are different options, but if you have already got a job from Finland, so you have a job in hand, you will be selecting this work and employment in Finland, because it says you're coming to Finland to work or to do an internship, to volunteer, and the rest. But the difference here is residence permit to look for work is basically you don't have a job, so you're coming to find a job. So that's the difference. So if you have a job, you can go through this. And then the first step is to create a user account, and you can do that by using your email address. So these are the basic details that you need to fill in. Your first name, make sure that you follow the passport order. So your last name would be the very last name of your name. Even if it's a surname, even if it's not a surname, whatever is your last name according to your passport, or what is your surname according to your passport, is what comes in here. So make sure that the order is right. This is very important. And then the date of birth, the email address. So you don't need to fill in this, since you don't have a Finnish mobile number. And then password, and then you can create your user account. And then you will have to verify, yes, got an email. Yes, now you can log in with the details that you've given. And just follow these steps until you get inside. Alright, so now we have come into the main page where we can start our application. So in here you will have to go into this tab where you start a new application, and you will have to click on first residence permit, and once again select the option that suits you. So work, and then work and employment in Finland, and then you can start by filling the application. Alright, so basically these are the 7 steps that we will be going through. So just to brief it out before we start on. So first we need to select the application, then we have to give the basic details about the applicant, and then we have to give details regarding the work that we will be going to, and the income, things related to work, and then some other information. Then they will request for some documents, not too many documents, just some basic documents like the work contract, passport, things like that. And finally you have to pay, and after you pay you can submit the application. So let's go through the first one. The first question is, if you're applying for the first time, of course it would be, I have not had a residence permit before, and are you submitting the application in Finland? Well, no, you're in your own home country, so that's a no. And what is the best situation that describes you? So if you have completed a degree or qualification in Finland, You can just go through this, and most likely it would be I have a job in Finland. So have you completed a degree or qualification in Finland, or carried out and completed research work in Finland? Well, no. And then select the option that best describes the situation in Finland. I'm an employee, so you're getting employed. So what is your monthly salary? So by this time you will have to discuss, probably will even have a work contract by now, on what your monthly salary is. So based on these ranges, you can just select whatever fits you. How long will you work in Finland? So most probably it would be over 1 year, and then you can choose whatever field you are going into. Alright, so once you are done with that, you need to fill in the details of your employer. So for this, make sure that you get it from the employer themselves. They have there's a way that they have registered their company, so you need to put in that exact name, and they would have details of the business ID. Of course, most likely the country will be Finland, so the rest of these you need to verify them. So now we are in step number 2. So if you have filled in all the details, this would be totally green. But since I did not fill in details of the employer, it's still not fully green, but you still can go into the next step and then fill in the details later on. Remember that you can change any of these details at any time, as long as you have not done the payment yet. So there's more details, like basic details, that you need to fill in. This, if you have a finished personal identity code, which you won't be having by this time, then you can fill in these details. Yes, you can select Sinhalese or Tamil or whatever, and the occupation you're currently doing. Yeah. So current education is your highest education level that you have completed in your home country. And then the same page, you need to provide contact information in your country of residence. So again, some basic details. Contact information in Finland, you can just select no for this. Then next is information on passport. Passport type. Here, if you have a normal passport, it would be just passport. Passport number, the old ones start with N, the ones in Sri Lanka. Yeah, you can figure that out on the first page. And the country that has issued your passport, and the authority that has issued your passport. Once again, you can find it on the first page, where you find all the basic details. On the bottom, on the right hand side, it says authority. Usually could be something like authority Colombo. So then you just type in Colombo, like that. And date of issue, date of expiry, yeah, basic details. Okay. So beginning and duration of residence in Finland. I am moving to Finland permanently. Yes. And date of arrival. So you can enter the date that is being mentioned on your work contract. Legal status. So go ahead with basic details of this. If you have any underage children or not, select that as well. Then you can move on to the next page, and then comes into work and income. You can fill in the details in here, or else they can simply just give you these details, and you can go ahead and fill them out. So employer and business ID, you have by now filled it in this previous step, and then you have to just add the rest of the details. And then contact person in the company if there should be a person like from the HR or someone. So just fill in their details here. They'll give you all the details that you have to put in here. And type of employment. So if you're coming as was there, you can select this and describe your main duties at work. You don't need to go into long paragraphs, just give them like 2 or 3 sentences is more than enough just for them to get an idea of what your job is going to be like. Just a brief explanation. And state your working hours. So this you need to select according to like you can ask this also from your employer. So they will give you the number of hours and the number of minutes. So don't worry, sometimes it might give you like they might give you like very odd numbers, like something like this, which is very weird maybe, but just fill in whatever they give you. So make sure you select the correct options. If you select per month, you need to give the number of hours and minutes as per month. But sometimes, most of the time, they make it for 6 weeks. You can just ask your company to give the details, like do the calculation for a month and give you these numbers. So grants for pay, if you're going for permanent job, mostly it would be a monthly pay. So these you don't need to fill in that. This either this pay period. So most likely would be 1 month. You can discuss all these with your employer and fill in the right details. So make sure that they are true and correct. So moving on to the next step. Do you want to state any additional information? So no, it's not necessary. Just need to give the basic details of what they are asking. That's more than enough. Applicants, criminal history. So all these, you need to read these questions and fill in according to what fits you. But most likely the answers will be no. Do you consent to definition? Yeah, this is yes. So read these and fill in these as to what suits you. Right. So now you be coming to adding documents. So make sure that you just go through these instructions. Before you upload any file, you need to give them file names that describe their content. So for example, if now here they're asking for a valid passport, just rename it as passport. A maximum file size is 4 megabytes and all the files must be in PDF format. And please combine documents with similar content into one document. So they've given an example. If you have several bank statements, just create one PDF for all of that. Do not submit PDF documents that are password protected. You can supplement your application by clicking send additional information. So let's say that even after you submit your application, let's say you had to just submit another document you felt that was important or something that they requested after reviewing your application. So no worries, you can always log into your account and click on this send additional information and attach your document. It's not an issue at all. So basically they are only asking for a valid passport, and the copy must show the page that contains your personal data, the first page, and all pages that contain markings or stamps. So if you have traveled to any place, make sure that you take photos of those pages as well and make them into one PDF and attach it. So as long as you attach your passport, it's more than enough. Of course, you can attach your work contract. Yes, other than your passport, all that you need to really attach is your work contract. That's like the only documents that they really need, even during the interview, which we will be talking next. So just two of them, don't worry, you don't need to add educational information. None of that is actually required. Yeah, so once that's done, you can move on. So as you can see, the next step is to pay. So in this, you can use your Sri Lankan bank cards to do the payment. And then once you have done the payment, they will review your application. So to give you an idea of how the charges are, just we'll go through this page as well. This is Migri, where you get all the details again regarding to anything in Finland. So I just came to this page to show you the payment details. So as you can see, you can make payments through Visa, MasterCard, online banking credentials. That's totally possible. That there are two options. One is the paper application and the electronic application. So if you're paying through EnterFinland, in this step, it would cost you the electronic application price. But if you go and if you pay, it would be a bit higher. So the best thing is for you to just do the payment on the site. It's safe and it's also cheaper, much cheaper actually. If you can see, there's like huge differences in some of these, so that would be more advisable. So in this situation, you will have to pay 530 euros. So that's about it, and yeah, I hope you got a clear idea of how you need to apply, go through the first step of applying for visa to Finland for work. And hope you enjoyed it.